of our very, very favorite recipes, jackfruit. I think jackfruit may be a little intimidating to some people, but if you get to missing some barbecue or carnitas or anything, shredded chicken, anything like that, jackfruit is the answer. So today I'm going to show you how we do that. First of all, I wanted to give y'all a little tip. If you have a cutting board that slides around when you're cutting, you just put a wet paper towel underneath it, it won't move. So like this, it slides. Now, you can't move it. Little tip, save your fingers. So what I have here is 2 cans of jackfruit. Oh, I was going to show you what the jackfruit looks like. Just a second. So this is what we get. We got it at Natural Grocers. You can get it at Trader Joe's. It comes like in a squattier, fatter can. Now you can buy this fresh in the spring. It's those massive fruit you see like a Kroger or Walmart. They'll just be like one of them is like 20 bucks and they're like 50 pounds or something ridiculous. That's a lot of work to break down. It's so much easier and cheaper just to buy it in the can. But make sure it's just like in the water, not like in any brine or anything. So anyways, it comes like this. It almost looks like a little chunk of pineapple. There's like a hard end and then like an end that's going to shred. So what we do is we just kind of cut off that hard end. And then as you see, that one had all hard. There's nothing that's shred. Well, you see, let me get closer. It'll just like shred, just like chicken, pork, things like that. So we just cut off the hard. The hard is edible. You could totally just shred that. You just mash it. Don't shoot it across your kitchen. But it's edible if you want it. For prettier presentation, this is what we do. Now, some of them have like this guy has one. We rinse it, obviously. But there's like these little seed pods in them. Looks like a little Great Northern bean, little butter bean looking thing. Again, totally edible, but it kind of pulls away from the aesthetics of thinking that it's like a really pulled pork or shredded chicken. So I'm going to take this apart and prepare it and then meet you at the stove and show you how we cook it into barbecue. Okay, y'all, we're over at the stove and our jackfruit is broken down. As you can see, it has the texture exactly like pulled pork or shredded chicken, things like that. It looks exactly like it. And really, jackfruit by itself, to me, doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own, so it's very easy to make it taste like whatever you're wanting it to taste like. So we're going to start with some vegetable stock. This is about 1/4 cup. You will probably need more because you really want to keep it wet. Turn your stove on about medium-high. And then, and if you see any pieces that maybe you didn't shred good enough, you can go ahead and shred it with your spoon. Now, Dr. Greger's recipe has where you cook the jackfruit first and then shred it apart. It makes it a little easier because it will soften up some of those hard pieces before shredding. It's your choice. This is just the way me and Steve do it. So anyways, you want to get it really wet. A little bit more stock in there. Now to that, one of the key flavors for people that don't buy barbecue sauce but make their own, understand that smoked paprika is one of the key flavor profiles. So now, let me say this. Any of these seasonings, please feel free to adjust to your own taste. If you like things a little spicy or a little sweeter, adjust accordingly. So this is a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Some people call it, if you see Mexican or Spanish paprika in the store, it's kind of the same thing. And to that, we're going to add in here, we have about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of chili powder. Again, feel free to adjust those to the way your family likes them. And I just realized I got it all over my stove. So give that a quick toss, and after those flavors kind of get in there and the jackfruit starts warming up, then we'll add some of the liquidy stuff. As you can see, it's already starting to look barbecue-y with just the dry on there and not even the wet on there yet. I mean, other than the stock. So it's bubbling pretty good now. I did add some more broth, and it smells delicious. Now, if you tasted it right now, it would taste like barbecue with no sweetness. You just got that real smokiness from that smoked paprika. So now we're gonna up the ante a little bit. We have a heaping tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. We have a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses. Actually, I'm gonna get my little scraper. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Oops. 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. And then a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce and a tablespoon of liquid aminos. Now, Worcestershire, is that how you say it? It does have shellfish in it, but we have discovered that the Kroger brand does not. So there's how you get it vegan friendly. You're welcome, and it's cheaper. So anyways, you're going to mix all that up, and you're going to let it cook. Let those flavors really render and caramelize and cook down into the meat about, 8 to 10 minutes. And then when we're done getting all that flavor in there and the liquid is absorbed back into it, we're going to put it in the oven for a little bit, and it's really going to get the caramelized, almost like the burnt ends. And us Southerners know how we like our burnt ends, and it's going to get that in the oven. So we will see y'all in a few minutes. Now, another thing that we do to really help it caramelize and kind of gum up and be like barbecue is we add pure maple sugar. I guess I just sprinkle it. Just sprinkle some on there to your tasting, because there is all that molasses and maple syrup in there, but just some pure maple sugar. Mix it in. It'll help it in the oven to get caramelized too. Taste it. Taste after you add everything. I did have to add a little more salt because I like a little more salt. But again, whatever your family likes. Okay, y'all, it's been cooking, and I adjusted the seasonings a little bit to my liking. Shh, don't tell Steve. Again, just get it all in the pool, and then you can just taste and see what you may need to add to make it more to your liking. A little sweeter, a little spicier. I know if Steve was making this for himself, he would make it uber spicy, lots of cayenne and stuff. Don't be afraid. This is just like a base to start with. Taste it and think, oh, I want it more acidic. So add some more apple cider vinegar. We have maple vinegar. You can add some of that. You can add more salt. You can add more spice. You can add more sweet. Don't be afraid. This is just kind of a base to start with. You're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You're going to spread it out, and you're going to bake it about 10 minutes, but watch it because you don't want those burnt ends to really become burnt ends. You just want them really brown and caramelized and yummy. So I'm going to pop this in the oven, and we will see y'all in about 10 minutes. Hey, y'all. I'm back. The barbecue is done. It smells amazing in here, like I've been slaving over a smoker all day long, and I haven't. I did turn the broiler on for the last few minutes to really get some of those crispy pieces. Now, depending on how much sugar you use, how much sweetener you use, will make the browning process faster, the caramelization faster, or take a little longer. So what we have here is a baked potato. We use the Idaho Gold potatoes because they don't get mealy for one, but also they have kind of a natural buttery, creamy thing going on. So we just baked it, and this puppy is hot. And if you can see, it's just naturally yellow, like it's been buttered. So what we do to this is this is just nutritional yeast and water, a little bit of salt, a little bit of onion powder, maybe a little garlic, whatever you want. And it tastes like butter. It's kind of buttery, like melted butter. So you just kind of mix that up, and we just pour it on our potato to get it all moist in there. Now, there's a place in our hometown that serves loaded barbecue potatoes. And this is influenced by that. This is the way we eat it. Now, you can eat it on a bun and be boring if you want to, but why not go this route? So what I have here is just some salt and pepper. I'm going to salt and pepper that potato because, you know, it's better that way. I'm actually going to open this potato up a little bit more. Y'all, it's so good. Just that right there would be delicious. Wish I had a better camera so you can see it. Dear Santa, bring me one for Christmas. Okay, so here's our cheese. It's in another video. We just get these little squirt bottles at Walmart. Don't put them in the microwave, they melt. Lessons learned the hard way. Check out the other video. This is the sour cream that I made in another video. It's just in a jar in the refrigerator. Nice. And then I sprinkle some chives. Well, maybe I do. So that could be a meal by itself, just to show y'all. Yummy. But let's kick it up a notch with Emerald. So then we're just going to take some barbecue. Lay it in there really good and yummy. Oh, and then you just top it with your favorite barbecue sauce, either homemade or store-bought. So that is your loaded barbecue jackfruit potato that you don't have to feel guilty about eating because it's literally all plants. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, ring our bell, and be sure and cook these recipes, y'all. You'll love them.